Recording and playing live has two different disciplines. Playing live is fun because you get to escape for the 40 minutes, for the hour, just go crazy on stage. I like instant gratification, so playing live is just get it done, and then I get off the stage, I'm done. The recording process is just a lot more involved. I love both of them, and it's fun. When you record, you get to walk away with an MP3 or a CD and have some music, to play. My favorite guitar on stage is probably my Les Paul. It's just Ace Frehley, Jimmy Page is just rock and roll, and it's nice, heavy, good sustain, and opposed to some of the hollow bodies, and just feels good on my body, and just hit those chords, and just through my Marshall, nothing better than that. So the Les Paul is my favorite guitar. My favorite Dog Society song to play live, I think, is Nothing Too Big. It just has a nice little throbbing beat. Brian just shrills and shrieks in the middle of it. I get to do a really cool solo, just this drony solo in G that just goes on, and it just has a real powerful ending. People have come up to me and noticed that I sit on the right side of Brian, and it comes from our rehearsal days in our small studio. Joe, the drummer, his dad was a carpenter contractor, and he had a 10 by 10 shed. And we used to play in there, so space was real tight. So I always stood on the right side of Brian, and I like it because when I'm playing guitar, I could look at my fingers on the neck, and I could watch his lips and make sure that we sync when we're singing our harmonies, and it just stuck. So every time I play live, I'm just always on the right side of him. A lot of other guitarists I see on the left side, and just for me, it's just harder to play because as I look left, it just takes me away from looking at my fingers and my hands, and I just like to get the whole picture on stage. A few words I could describe Brian: very compassionate, gentle guy, well-spoken, smart, and he's just polite, and it just comes through in his demeanor in the band. He's very gracious and fun to be with, and we collaborate well. Whether it's writing a music hook or a little paragraph or a sentence, we can build on each other's stuff. So it's truly a band that collaborates. So we work well together. He's a good friend. Rich is like my brother. I've known him for 30 years. So we met in college, came up through the club circuit in New York City, just playing all over the place, and we were the hair band. And now we're in Dog Society for so long. I'm right, he's left, I'm black, he's white, so we work, we just work together. We fit like a hand in a glove, and we just we could finish each other's sentences and jokes, and we get along well. And it's like a Lennon and McCartney kind of thing. I write a little phrase, he embellishes on it. He writes a sentence, I'll pick up on that. I'll just add my little 2 cents, and we just work really well together, and that professionally and just all out of the studio. Joe's a hard nut to crack. He's hard to describe. Fun guy, great drummer, really into music. He loves his music, loves production, loves all aspects of it. He's not just your ordinary guy. He's just banging on the drums. It's really a good four-way street. It's a four-way marriage with the four of us. I used to live in Staten Island in a small apartment with my wife and 2 kids, okay? Kids were like 1 and 3. And Brian, we just got him from Colorado. So without a GPS, he just knocked on my front door in Staten Island, and he had no place to stay. So we allowed him to come in and live with us. So, a total stranger, but we met once before at the auditions, and through writing letters and going through the cassettes of submissions. And yeah, he used to live with us. He used to go to work, hold a day job so I could gig at night, come home, Brian's sitting on my couch, wearing his red Speedos, hanging out with my family, eating my food, leaving his socks on my counter. But, he's just, then he got situated. He got his place, got his car, got his apartment, then we gladly kicked him out, get his own shit together, and then that was that. So